Christmas morning. Lights twinkled, snow softly fell outside, and carols played faintly in the background. I was holding a gift from my wife, a gift I spent weeks planning. But instead of a smile, she handed me a brown envelope. Inside were divorce papers. Before I could even speak, her entire family started clapping, cheering, laughing, and I just stood there, frozen. My heart cracked in that moment. Don't watch this video till the end, because what happened after that changed everything. Christmas meant everything to me. It was the one time of year when love felt more real, more warm. I always tried to make it special, especially for my wife, Leona. This year, I had saved up to surprise her. I bought her a ticket to her dream art retreat in Italy. I also wrote her a letter, pages full of love, gratitude, and promises to be better, to be more present. We had been drifting apart lately, I could feel it, but I didn't want to give up on us. I thought maybe this Christmas could be a turning point. I woke up early, made her favorite breakfast, vanilla pancakes with strawberries, and even put on the red sweater she said she loved last year. Her family was coming over, so I lit candles and played soft music. I wanted it to feel magical. I thought we were okay, but I was wrong. She walked into the living room, holding a thin brown envelope. I smiled and said, "Merry Christmas, baby. Open your gift." But she didn't even look at it. She just handed me the envelope and said, "I think you should read this first." I opened it slowly. I thought maybe it was a letter or maybe a surprise of her own, but it was legal, cold, divorce papers. I couldn't breathe. I looked up at her, searching for any trace of guilt or sadness, but she looked calm, distant. Then I heard it clapping, her parents, her brothers, even her cousin, all of them standing, grinning, cheering. Finally, her mother said, "It's about time." I couldn't believe it. Was this planned? I sat there in silence as they celebrated. They toasted glasses, laughing and hugging her. One of them even said, "This is the best gift we could have hoped for," and me? I was still holding the gift I wrapped for her with shaky hands. I started replaying the past in my head. Every time her mother gave me cold stares. Every time her brother cut me off in conversations. Every time she seemed distant and blamed it on work. It was all leading up to this. I had been blind. They never liked me, and maybe she never really defended me. Maybe she agreed with them. I thought I was building a home, but it turns out I was just standing alone in someone else's house. I stood up. My voice trembled. Why now? Why today? I asked. Her eyes didn't leave her, because I didn't want to keep pretending. I've been unhappy for a long time, but we could have talked. I started. "We've talked," she interrupted. "You just never listened." Maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't see her loneliness. But did it really have to end like this, in front of everyone, on Christmas? No warning, no goodbye. Just a signature on a paper and a crowd of people cheering my failure. It felt cruel. I left the room quietly, holding back tears. No one followed me. Not even her, *. The days that followed were empty. The house felt like a graveyard. I didn't eat. I didn't speak to anyone. I kept replaying that moment, her handing me the envelope, their cheers, the weight of that morning. I questioned everything. Was I a bad husband? Was I selfish? But I also remembered the times I held her hand through sleepless nights, the times I worked late so we could afford a better home, the times I loved her loudly, fiercely, even when she had one foot out the door. I wasn't perfect, but I didn't deserve applause for my heartbreak. That was the part that hurt the most. Healing wasn't quick. It came slowly like sunlight after a long storm. I went to therapy. I started writing again. I traveled alone. And I realized something. Sometimes people will leave. Sometimes they'll break your heart with a smile on their face. And sometimes you'll survive it. You'll keep breathing even when your chest aches. And one day, the memory of that Christmas will no longer make me cry. It will remind me of the moment I began again. Because pain, no matter how deep, can't kill the part of you that still wants to love. Someday, I'll love again. And this time, I'll know better. Asterisk, if you've ever been blindsided by someone you love, know this. You're not alone, and you will rise again. Stay strong. Stay human. Keep going.